because I am confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war. We cannot be prosperous unless we are at peace. And we can't live free as long as we have a government that is retaliating against its political opponents and undermining our civil liberties, weaponizing our very institutions against those they deem as a threat. President Trump has been their first and foremost target in this because they don't want us as voters to even have the option to vote for him. I've been their most recent target, added to a secret domestic terror watch list after exposing the truth about what kind of dangers we would face if Kamala Harris is elected as president. We as Americans must stand together to reject this anti-freedom culture of political retaliation and abuse of power. We can't allow our country to be destroyed by politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future. I am proud, whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent, if you love our country, as I do, if you cherish peace and freedom as we do, I invite you to join me in doing all that we can to save our country and elect President Donald J. Trump and send him back to the White House to do the tough work of saving our country and serving the people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
All right, my friends, J.R. Dukes at your service. Appreciate you being here with me. Welcome to the channel. And of course, that was former representative from the state of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard, endorsing Donald Trump at a recent press. It's clear, my friends, that the exodus from the Democratic Party is well underway. And of course, her endorsement comes in the wake of JFK Jr.'s endorsement this past week. No matter what the legacy media tries to tell us, remember, Donald Trump is doing very well. Donald Trump is going to win this election. We all just have to do our part. It's becoming increasingly clear that despite what the illegitimate polls, the biased media are telling you, Donald Trump's support is not just solid, but it's growing day by day. The American people are waking up and they're aligning with the one leader who has consistently fought for them. What we are witnessing is nothing short of monumental. Former Representative Tulsi Gabbard has been a Democrat for over 2 decades, over 20 years. A woman who has been a thorn in the side of the Democratic Party. She knows that the Democratic Party has lost their way. She knows they've become a party of de facto socialists. She realizes that the Democratic Party today is by no means the party of JFK or even Robert F. Kennedy, nor is it the party of Bill Clinton when he was in office, despite what he may be telling us now. And now Tulsi Gabbard has come out swinging for Donald Trump. Despite what the mainstream press may be telling us all, this is a major deal in the world of politics. This is a game changer. Tulsi Gabbard has always been known for her principles, her courage, and her determination to speak truth to power. She has always had an unrelenting commitment to the American people and to American values. Remember that crowded debate in the Democratic Party in 2020 in which Joe Biden ended up topping that particular list? Well, guess what? She was there running for president to lead the Democratic Party and eventually America herself. And she's the one that took on Kamala Harris and took her to task on that debate stage back in 2020. She made a big name for herself, exposing the hypocrisy of Kamala Harris and exposing her hypocrisy on the many marijuana convictions that she brought against Americans, specifically Black Americans.
Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Ouch, that's what I call getting slammed. How would you like to be on the receiving end of that? No wonder why they are so worried about this over in the Democratic Party. This is a huge deal. This is definitely something that the Democrats are going to have to answer for when they debate Donald Trump and as they go forward in their campaign. No wonder why Kamala Harris does not want to answer questions. How would you like to have to defend the record that she has? No way, no how, no thank you. I wouldn't want to have to defend that. And the reality is, I looked into the records pertaining to her marijuana convictions back in California. It was just over 1,560 convictions that she got against people simply using marijuana. So it's really closer to 1,600 instead of the 1,500 figure. But numbers are numbers, right? People love Tulsi because she stands up and says something when most people just remain silent. And you can clearly see why she's throwing her support towards Donald Trump. She realizes what we all realize. This current Democratic ticket is nothing but the most radical, liberal, woke ticket in U.S. history, period, full stop. The American people are tired of the status quo. We're all tired of politicians who say one thing and do another. And of course, we are all yearning for leadership that is bold, unapologetic, and most importantly, focused on putting America and America interest first. Tulsi Gabbard sees what we all see. She recognizes that President Trump is the one who can and will stand up to this radical left. She wants to continue to support him as he drains this swamp in D.C. and stands up to this liberal woke media. It was just today on the news that Facebook has finally come forward and admitted they were pressured by the Biden-Harris administration, and they removed a ton of posts pertaining to free speech that they did not like. They simply just removed it, and they admitted, as we kind of all knew was the case, to essentially suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story. And let's not forget that this endorsement comes hot on the heels of RFK Jr. endorsing Donald Trump, a lifelong Democrat endorsing Donald Trump, a Kennedy of all people. That has the sting, the woke Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard has also agreed to help Donald Trump prepare for any upcoming debates with Kamala Harris, and I think we all know why.
I want to bring Congresswoman Gabbard back in. Your response.
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you are in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Gotta love her. She speaks directly to Kamala Harris and calls her out on her own record, directly and straight to her face. So that makes two very prominent Democratic individuals, JFK Jr. and now Tulsi Gabbard, who have said enough. Enough is enough. We're not going to support this Democratic ticket. We're going to cross party lines, and we're going to support the Trump-Vance ticket. They both know Donald Trump is the leader that this country badly needs to return to office. Folks, this really isn't about party lines or party anymore. It's about America and putting America first. The more the establishment, the legacy media, all these woke individuals continue to attack and go after President Donald Trump, the stronger he becomes. The American people see through these lies, the bogus polls, and they're rallying behind the one man who has proven that he can take on the establishment, win, and do what's right for the American people. Tulsi Gabbard's endorsement is just the latest sign of a red wave coming this November, and we are going to rise to the top, and we are going to put America back on the right. With all of us working together, Donald Trump's return to the White House is imminent, and it's going to be great for our country. My friends, let me know what you think. You agree or disagree with me? Please put it in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, you're still with me, you might as well go ahead, subscribe, share, like the video. If you subscribe and leave a comment, I guarantee to get to your comments first, as I will personally answer any type of question or comment that you may have. I definitely appreciate you taking time to join me today. It's always a pleasure to come in and have a conversation with you. Always like to say, my friends, keep that mind free, never give up. Until next time, I am J.R. Dukes.